Hi friends, welcome back to Anna Nail School English channel. So in today's video I'm going to show you some amazing products from Temu. So if you don't know what Temu is a website where you have like tens of products on nail art and everything under the sky, I guess. So Temu is not available in India for us to order, so I had to do some extra steps to actually get some products from Temu. So my brother lives in Ireland and he was coming to India, so I decided I'll place some orders and it will send to his address, and then he comes, he can bring it to India and then I can take it from our hometown to Mumbai. So that's why I got the products from Temu, and it's like once you open it and see the products, now you just get lost in it. So they have like so much nail stuff. So I remember those days when I was able to purchase stuff from AliExpress. But anyways, so here is the products that I got. So I wanted some extra large nail tips. So I do have some nail tips with different shapes and all, but I wanted some extra large. Obviously I can't really handle the extra large tips on a daily usage, but I wanted to create some extra long nails for like video purpose, and also I thought let's have like one big ass nail tip for in our collection. So this is the tip that I got. So these are like extra large, you can say double XL or triple XL. It's like really big, as you can see on the screen. So I wanted this one and I ordered this. I don't remember the price actually, so I'll put it in the description if I can find it now. Anyways, so this was the first product, and second, then I have a kind of a chameleon flaky stuff that was like so beautiful. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm sure it's gonna be like really beautiful. And third one is these tiny little balls that you must be seeing in all over Instagram and all. So I wanted to try a particular nail, in fact encapsulated nail design. So for that I wanted this. Now I can get it here also, but that time when I was ordering this, this was not available here, so I added this. They had like a bunch of different variety, and it was very difficult to select. And then next we have these stickers. This you must have seen in my previous video how to use it. So these are like kind of a French tip. So instead of drawing and blending and making all those extra effort, you can directly just peel it, stick it and top coat it. So this is something that I wanted to try from a very long time. And next is my most favorite stuff from the entire shopping list. That was a bunch of acrylic powder. So the acrylic powders that I selected are glitter acrylic. So I wanted to buy these type of glitter acrylic from a very long time. I know Model Ones has this kind of collection, but I couldn't order it from Model Ones, but then I saw it in Temu and I thought why not try. And these are like really cheap, okay, 8 euro something was the price, I think, for the whole thing. So it's like you can see they have like a lot of different colors and they all look really beautiful. And I'm going to show you today's video. Actually I did a nail set using these colors, multiple colors. So we did a bunch of different glitters to create a set. So this is what that was like really my favorite in the entire collection. So this is my Temu haul, and that was the first time I was getting something from Temu, and I hope they really start shipping to India so that I can buy more stuff just like AliExpress. So now let's just start with the nail extension process. So today we have a model here. So she is like a person who comes to me like as a model for all my video stuff. So anything I wanted to experiment, she is my go-to person. So here she has a little bit of leftover from the previous extension, so I decided to like start by removing the previous extension. So I'm using a carbide bit and an electric file to file down the thickness of the extension. So this is acrylic nails, and I'm using a blue abrasive mark carbide bit to file off the product. So at the bottom what you're seeing is a dust collector, because when we file and remove extensions there is like a lot of dust coming off, right? So we don't want to inhale all of that, so I recommend you to always wear a mask and also have a dust collector so that it's not coming onto your face. Okay, so we are going to file it down as much as we can, and then we will soak it off. So to soak off, I am using acetone and cotton. So I dip the cotton in the acetone and then I use a clip to secure the cotton onto the nail plate, and then I leave it there for like 10-15 minutes maximum. And meanwhile the other nails had no extensions, so we just started doing the dry manicure. So I'm here doing a dry manicure by starting with a pushback. So here I'm using orange wood sticks. So orange wood sticks are the best ones because you can use and throw. If your client has like really sensitive skin, then you can obviously use a metallic pusher, but I normally prefer to use a orange wood stick on regular nails unless it's like a special circumstances. Okay, so I push back the cuticle and then I added a little bit of powder onto her hands because it was afternoon and the weather was a little crazy, so she was sweating a lot, and I thought I'll add a little powder. So the best powder to stop the sweating is baby powder, but I didn't have that, so I used this Pond's powder. Okay, after this I'm going to now use my electric file to do the dry manicure. So as you all know, for the electric file here I'm using a carbide bit, and this particular one is a flame bit. So I like the flame bit, the size and shape of the flame bit, and it's very easy to use also. So I'm using that to do the dry manicure. So now if you're wondering how to do this without damaging the nails and wanted to learn, then you can get in touch with me. My details are in the description. So I provide classes on electric file, different types of extensions. So I do have different course modules. In case if you wish to join, then you can DM me. So I provide classes on English, Hindi, Malayalam and Tamil languages. And if you would like to know any details, please hit me in the WhatsApp. Number is in the description, or you can reach out to me in via email or via Instagram. Okay, so here I'm using the bit in a reverse mode because I'm doing the right side of the nail, and my machine is at around 18,000 rpm. So when it comes to e-file, speed is really important. If you are using like really slow speed, your chances of damaging the nails are really high, and when you're using at a high speed, you should know how to move around your bits, so otherwise you will end up damaging your nails. Okay, now I switched back the machine into the forward mode and I'm doing the left side of the nails. So without damaging the nails, we need to complete the dry manicure using the machine. After this I switch to a hand file. So here what I'm doing is I'm using a 180 grit file and I'm just buffing off the shine from the nail plate. So the nails are a little thin here, so I just made sure that I'm not putting too much pressure and I'm just gently buffing off that shine from the nail plate. Okay, and I am also ensuring there is nothing on the nail plate because we need a clean dry base before we start with the product application. So you can do the same with an electric file also, but instead of diamond bit we will be using a sand band, which can be either 180 grit or 220 grit depending your client's nail strength. If it's a really healthy thick nail, then obviously you can use a 180 grit, otherwise you can go for like 220 or 240 grit sand band. After buffing off the shine and pushing back the cuticle, I decided to trim the dry skin around the cuticle area. So I'm using a cuticle nipper. Here I'm really careful because the nipper is really sharp and we don't want to cut into the live skin here. So just make sure that you are going very slow and also very efficient. You have to have really like good focus, and I don't even breathe when I do this. Okay, so we just go and trim that extra dry skin or keratinized skin just by using this nipper, and we trim it down. Okay, after trimming the cuticle, now we use our lint free wipe and alcohol to clean the nail plate. Just make sure that there is nothing on the nail plate, and I also clean the underneath side of the nail plate so that I have like a really clean canvas for my product application. So after doing all of it, this is how your nail should look like, clean and dry. And now let's start with the tip application. So today I'm not using that extra large tip that I showed you, and I'm going to use this one. This I got from I think a local seller. So I'm going to measure the tip. So when you're measuring the tip, you need to make sure the tip is covering from side to side. So from your left lateral side to the right lateral side, and there shouldn't be any gap, and the tip should not be jumping into the side wall skin. In case if you don't have the exact right fit, then you can always take one size bigger and then you can attach it, or you can so if it's like slightly bigger, just use your hand file to just buff down that extra length, and then you can fit that into your client's nails. Okay, so selecting the right size tip is very important. Too small is also not good, too big is also not good. We have to either select the right size or we have to make it to the right side just by filing a little bit. So here I have attached all the tips to the nails using a glue. I think I forgot to actually record that part, forgive me. So after attaching the tips, I'm using a hand file, the same hand file that I was using, to just gently shape the tip, and then I'm going to buff and remove that edges from the tip that I have attached to the nail plate. So now when we are doing this part, just make sure you are not over filing the natural nail, because we already filed the natural nails a little bit, so we don't want to over file it. Just make sure your file is touching only the edges of the tip. And now we have done all the buffing and all. So here I am putting a little bit of monomer into my dip and dish, and for the product application I just like to keep everything ready. So now we have to do dehydrator and primer after cleaning the nail. So when you file and buff that tip, you have to again clean the nail plate and then wipe it with alcohol and lint free, and then you can start applying your product. So here I'm going to kind of keep a transparent base, because we need to encapsulate the glitter. So I'm using a clear acrylic powder from the brand called Glam and Glitz. So this is how the nail plate looks. I cleaned it, I applied dehydrator and primer also. Now this nail is ready for product application. So at first I'm going to start with like a very thin layer of base coat just onto the natural nails, because we are going to add a lot of glitter. So if you have like a very thin layer of clear acrylic onto the nail plate, then it will be later easy for you to soak off the glitter. Okay, so just a very thin layer you have to apply, and after that I'm going to use different colors for each finger. So we have 5 fingers here, so we are going to use 5 different colors. So I started with my most favorite color, and then next favorite. So like that I selected, and first what I'm doing here is I'm just gently mixing the glitter. So the glitter, this powder has clear acrylic and glitter mixed, so I just wanted to make sure that the glitter and the powder is like well mixed. And then I tried to pick up a bead and see. So this is how it looks. It's a iridescent glitter, so it looks really pretty. You can see orange, and then there is green shift and yellow shift, so pretty. And now let's just start with the product application. So the monomer I am using is from Mia Secret, and here we just started with our first bead. So I picked up the bead, I placed it around the place where I attached the tip, and then I'm using my brush to gently spread that glitter. So we are going to have like a full glitter nail, so we are not going to do like ombre glitter or anything. Okay, we are going to have like full fledged glitter nails. So we are applying the glitter just like this. So take your time, blend it, and what I noticed is it's very easy to use this glitter acrylic. Some glitter acrylic you will have trouble making it align with your nail bed, but this one was so easy to use. There was no trouble in terms of like leveling it or like moving it around. And again I picked up another bead, I kept it at the gap where I needed a little more, and then I used my brush to kind of level it up. Okay, so if you see, I'm not building like a really thick nail here, because we need to put clear on top of it, and then we have to encapsulate it. And while working with this acrylic, what I noticed is this one was taking a little extra time than the usual time to settle down. So first when I started, I just applied it, and then immediately I tried to encapsulate it with the clear, but then I realized it's taking a little extra time, and the weather was also a little bit of cold because of my AC. So I decided I'll just finish the glitter first and then I'll encapsulate. But for this finger, right after I did, and what was happening was the glitter was moving around, which I didn't want. Okay, so this is something that you can be mindful of. So here I'm just encapsulating it. I'm also building the apex and the thickness and the architecture of the nail here using the clear acrylic. So the base was like thin application, just made sure the whole nail plate is covered in glitter, but it's not too thick, because later I applied this clear acrylic to build the entire structure of the nail. And as you can see, I did not speed up the process here, so that you know how much time it is taking. Now let's see one more finger. So this is another finger. Here again I started with like a clear base onto the natural nail plate. Like I said, this is to make sure that the glitter is not stuck with the nail plate, so it's easy for you to remove it later. And here I'm using a green glitter acrylic from the collection, and this was also like really easy to work with. So I picked up the bead, I placed it just the way I did in the other finger, and like I said, the only thing changed was when I did the second, third fingers, I applied the glitter acrylic first, and then I moved on to the next and next, then came back and then started encapsulating it, okay, because it was taking a little extra time to kind of settle down. The polymerization basically was taking a little longer than usual to set, okay, maybe because I'm using a different monomer here. Obviously this kit did not have a monomer, so basically this should work with any monomer, but it took a little extra time, okay. So this is one lesson that I wanted to share with you all. So when you work with like products like this, it might not be the usual behavior that you are used to. So according to how your product is reacting, you have to adapt to that whatever behavior, okay. So it's just too much of a nonsense that I just talked, I think. Okay, anyways, so this one again I think looked fantastic, and I really loved the way this one turned out. And you can like actually do like so much with these glitters, and it's just totally adorable and beautiful. Let me know if you guys like it, okay. Now we have completed the application on all the fingers, and I just can't wait to like put a top coat on and see how it looks. So we are now starting with the filing and shaping. So again I'm using my 100-180 grit file. So there is not much to actually file, just giving like a rough filing and shaping so that we have like a really clean and smooth edges, and that's overall like just giving like a perfect shape. After buffing, filing, shaping and everything, this is how the nails looks like. This is like more of a long square shape, and after this we just clean the nail plate, and now it's time for us to apply the top coat. And this is the moment we all have been waiting for, and I just absolutely loved the way this one turned out. So after adding the top coat, and I was like thinking, should I add something more to it so that I can make it a little bit more like something extra. And I decided later to add a little bit of snowflake, a random snowflake, and we added this one with a white gel polish, and I also added a little 3D effect just by pouring a little bit of clear acrylic. And I forgot to actually record this part, but on top of that glittery background, the snowflakes looks really nice. Let me know what you guys think. I totally love the set, and I'm sure you also must be loving it. And do let me know in the comment section. And that's it for today's video. Do let me know if you like this video, subscribe to my channel, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you soon on my next video. Until then, take care. Bye bye.